Alex Hormozi's live launch of $100 million money models was iconic.
Alex Hormozi just broke a Guinness World Record and generated around $100 million in revenue.
Alex Hormozi himself broke the world record for the most number.
Alex Hormozi just broke the record for the most amount of book copies sold for a non-fiction book in the first 24 hours of launch.
Everyone thinks Alex Hormozi broke the world record by selling 2.97 million books in 24 hours. But after spending weeks investigating the actual strategy behind this launch, I discovered something that completely blew my mind. This wasn't a book launch at all. It was the most sophisticated customer acquisition scheme I've ever seen, disguised as a book launch. And the craziest part? Most people analyzing this completely missed the real genius behind it. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how Hormozi turned his customers into his sales army, made them feel good about spending $6,000, and why this strategy is being quietly copied by marketers worldwide right now. Let's start with what everyone knows. On August 16th, 2025, Alex Hormozi broke the Guinness World Record by selling 2.97 million copies of $100 million money models in 24 hours. That's roughly $100 million in revenue from what most people thought was just a book launch. The previous record? Prince Harry's memoir, Spare, at 1.43 million copies. Hormozi didn't just beat it, he doubled it. But here's where it gets interesting. When I started digging into the actual mechanics, I realized everyone was asking the wrong question. The question isn't, how did he sell so many books? The real question is, why did people pay $6,000 for $30 worth of books? And that's where this story gets wild. See, most people were buying something called the Donate 200 Books bundle for $5,998. Now, at first glance, this looks insane. You're paying $6,000 to get 200 books that retail for $30 each. That's $6,000 for $6,000 worth of books. Where's the value? But Hormozi did something psychologically brilliant. He didn't position this as buying books. He positioned it as donating books. Think about this for a second. When you buy something, you're a consumer. When you donate something, you're a philanthropist. Same transaction, completely different emotional experience. This isn't just clever copywriting. This is advanced behavioral psychology. People felt good about spending $6,000 because they weren't spending it on themselves. They were helping entrepreneurs by donating books. But the real genius wasn't the psychology of the donation framing. That was just layer one. Here's what most people missed, and this is where it gets really smart. When you bought that $6,000 bundle, you didn't get 200 physical books shipped to your house. You got one book for yourself and 199 digital redemption codes. Now think about what this means. Suddenly, Alex didn't just have customers. He had 10,000 plus distributors. Each person who bought the bundle became a marketing partner, giving away books to their networks. It's like if Tesla convinced every car buyer to give away 199 free test drives using their own marketing budgets. Except somehow, that actually happened. But wait, it gets better. Those 199 people getting free books, they're now in Hormozi's ecosystem. They're potential customers for his next launch. He just acquired potentially 2 million new leads while his customers paid him $6,000 each for the privilege of doing his marketing. This is what I call the customer-funded lead generation model, and it's absolutely brilliant. Now here's another piece most people missed. Hormozi had 22,000 affiliates promoting this launch. But here's the kicker. He paid them $0 in commissions. Instead, he created a gamified competition. Top affiliates got exclusive access to masterminds, private dinners, and Vegas events. It was like a contest where the prize was getting closer to Alex Hormozi. Think about what this means financially. Most launches pay 30 to 50% affiliate commissions. On a $100 million launch, that would be $30 to $50 million in commissions. Hormozi paid basically nothing and got better results because his affiliates were competing for status, not money. This taps into something much more powerful than cash: social status and access to influence. Everyone talks about the weekend this launched, but that's missing 90% of the story. This wasn't a weekend event. It was a 4-month military campaign. Hormozi spent over $5 million on Facebook ads alone, testing 1,500 different creative variations. They were spending up to $250,000 per day on advertising because their historical return was 36 to 1. That's a 3,600% return on ad spend. They did physical direct mail campaigns, coordinated email sequences, and systematic content saturation across every platform. By launch day, the audience was primed and ready. The weekend event wasn't the strategy, it was the culmination. Here's why this matters for the rest of us. Hormozi didn't just break a book record, he demonstrated a completely new business model. Traditional book launches: write book, buy ads, hope people buy book, maybe break even. Hormozi's model: create massive value, give it away strategically, turn customers into distributors, build ecosystem, monetize premium implementation. It's the difference between trying to convince strangers to buy something versus selling premium services to people who already know you deliver results. The book wasn't the product, it was the marketing for the real business. Now, I have to be honest with you. This wasn't just Alex being a marketing genius. This took a massive team, millions in upfront investment, and 4 months of full-time preparation. Russell Brunson analyzed this launch and found $7 million in missed opportunities just from funnel optimization. Even with all this success, there were still improvements that could have been made. And let's be real, the materials got leaked almost immediately after launch. The exclusivity didn't last long. But here's what's genius about the model. It didn't matter. The value wasn't in the materials. It was in being part of the community that broke the record together. Look, you probably can't replicate this exact strategy. You don't have $5 million for ads or a team of 20 people. But there are principles here that scale down. First, turn customers into distributors. Can your customers share your product with their networks? Second, reframe transactions psychologically. Are people buying from you or joining a mission? Third, create community around achievement. Make customers feel like they're part of something bigger. Fourth, invest in relationships, not just advertising. Status and access beat cash commissions. The specific tactics require millions in budget, but the strategic thinking that you can apply tomorrow. So the next time someone tells you Alex Hormozi broke the world record just by selling books, you can tell them the real story. This was customer psychology, viral mechanics, and community building at the highest level. What do you think? Did this change how you see this launch? Drop a comment and let me know what insights surprised you most. And if you want more breakdowns of how these business empires actually work behind the scenes, hit that subscribe button. Because trust me, most of what you see on the surface isn't what's really happening. Thanks for sticking with me through this deep dive. Now you know what really happened behind one of the biggest launches in business history.